Today I've got a really quick video for you showing off SaberForge's transparent copper powder coating. I'm a sucker for copper on a lightsaber. So last Black Friday, I ordered this Discipline Eco and had it coated in their transparent copper color. And this has been my very favorite saber ever since. It's just so pretty. I don't know if you can even see quite in the lighting here, but I just love the way the weathering shows from underneath. I got it in the weathered style because it comes in, you know, the normal silver, the black, or the weathered. I got it in the weathered with the transparent coating over it. Looks fantastic. The only thing I don't like about it is that these tips are extremely pointy to the, if you were to stab somebody with this, you could do some serious damage. And I want to be able to take my lightsabers into the parks for lightsaber meetups. So this one, I don't think I would be comfortable bringing to the parks. I also, halfway through the year, thought just for fun, it might be interesting to get a couple of ASP parts coated. And the coating comes through very nice there too. It's just the parts that I chose, they only coat the highlight parts, not the base one. And I don't think it looks very good with the weathered underneath. Honestly, if I had the black underneath, this might actually look pretty nice. I may tinker with that someday. So this year, for Black Friday, I decided to spoil myself with a saber staff that I can bring into the park by getting two Ecos with that same coating, but a different emitter. The first one I got is the Defender emitter. With the same handle. I really like the leather wrapping. That's the Arabian brown leather wrap. For the most part, I really like it. It's definitely a different shade. The one from last year is much shinier copper, like a new penny. And this one is a duller copper, like a more worn penny. But honestly, I don't hate it. It's more of a brown than an orange. It's a very different kind of pretty, but also still very pretty. So I'm pretty happy with that one. I also, for fun, decided to tinker with a different pommel. On this one, I got I think that's the progenitor pommel that just looked a little nicer than the one it normally comes with, and I really dug it. This time, just for fun, I decided to see what this one looked like. I forget the name of this pommel, but it's just a very basic, thin one with a D-ring on it. My only real complaint here is the D-ring is very loose. It's not even, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not even entirely closed. I mean, I've been doing chainmail for enough years that a pair of pliers and I can get that fixed, but for a lot of people, that might not be as easy. And it flops back and forth. So I need to find some way of keeping it centered in the middle. I think that's just a design flaw of the hole only being right there in the center instead of it having a wider connector. Not too bad. So if you see that emitter that I got on the ASP one, that's the Stalwart emitter. I really like that, so I thought I would try the Stalwart Eco emitter. As you can see, the area that is covered is much wider on this one, so you get a much better view of it. On this one, if you really, really look close, on that bar that goes across does have the powder coating on it. It's just really hard to see. It mostly looks black, except you can see just kind of on the edge. I don't know if that was just an accident of the way that this one was coated or if that's normal. So that was a little disappointing. That said, this one has windows in the emitter, so if you turn it on, you get to see the light shine through, which looks really great. The other thing that I decided to treat myself with was a matching powder-coated coupler. That way I can make a staff out of these by putting them together. And as you can see, the powder coating, I guess especially since it was from the same batch, matches really well, looks fantastic. If you get them both screwed together, they don't align exactly right. You can see the cover texts are not aligned. And if you want the switch there, the other switch is kind of off 90 degrees off to the side. So if you want them to match up, you need to put in some timing shims between there so that it doesn't go all the way and it would stop there and be well aligned. Mildly annoying, but not that bad. And obviously, if I were going to use this as a staff, I would want to remove the CoverTech clips because that's where your hand's going to go right there and you don't want to get all fuddled up with those. But overall, you can't really see it all together, but this is a really beautiful staff and I'm very happy with it. And just for fun, I wanted to test out their copper vein powder coating as well. It looked really neat on the website, but I couldn't tell what it was going to look like in person. So instead of getting an entire saber, I just got one ASP part coated in it. And I don't know if I have quite the lighting here to show it off, but it does have a very nice textured look to it. It is a very brown coppery, even more so than the coupler and the ones we got today. I kind of dig it. I think I definitely prefer the transparent copper over a weathered hilt, but I don't know. Maybe I'll tinker with this someday. If anything, I'm almost wishing I had gotten this emitter for one of my Eco sabers. It's definitely got that Ahsoka look and I kind of dig it. Now I will say there was one part of the transaction that I was not very happy with. Last year when I bought this one, it was advertised as 1 to 2 week delivery time. I ordered it Black Friday. It arrived, I think it was 2 weeks and 3 or 4 days after. Worked out great. These ones, again, ordered Black Friday, 1 to 2 week delivery time. It specifically said on the website that the powder coating would not add any additional delivery time. And I waited and I waited and I waited and I emailed them and they said, oh yes, the powder coating does add additional delivery time. Yours are being worked on. So I waited and I waited and I waited and I emailed them again and they said, oh, we made a mistake with yours. We had to send them back and have them redone. And I waited and I waited and I emailed them and there was the big weather storm going on across the country. So they said they were delayed because of that. I waited. Ended up being 10 and a half weeks. Advertised as 1 to 2 week delivery. Took 10 and a half weeks. I don't know if this is the norm. Like I said, last year, I didn't have that problem. They were also in the process of rolling out a new Eco ASP line. So they were probably going through production of that line at the same time that mine were being done. So I don't know if that threw something in there. They did throw in 2 extra blades, I guess as a apology. So that's great. I almost thought they were going to throw in the ones that they screwed up on when I saw the extra blades, but I'm not that lucky. Still, overall, I'm really happy with these. They're just pretty. And like I said, I am a sucker for a copper lightsaber. Now I want to know what kind of cool powder coating options you guys have gotten or you're considering getting, either with SaberForge or anything else you've gotten. I want to see what you've customized because these are much prettier than the standard and I want to see what else you've all done. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.